A remarkable trial unfolded in South Texas. A former priest was charged with murdering a young woman who went to church to give confession. It took nearly 60 years to bring John Fite to a courtroom.
The prosecutor says it's because the Catholic Church conspired with local authorities to cover it up. 48 Hours, Richard Schlesinger has the story of a young woman, Irene Garza, whose murder no one could forget.
This is a case about betrayal, murder, and a cover-up. And you're going to find out that the man who did this is John Fite.
Prosecutor Mike Garza is not part of Irene Garza's family, but the story of her 1960 murder has been part of the history of McAllen, Texas for generations.
It kind of grew of legend about a girl that, went to confession and, never left.
Irene was accomplished and admired. She went to college, graduate school, and became a school teacher. She went to church regularly, and that's where she was last seen. Following a massive search, her body was discovered in a canal. She had been beaten, sexually assaulted, and suffocated. Police had grown suspicious of the 27-year-old priest when he said a viewfinder found at the crime scene was his. Fite also gave different accounts about that night, and he had some injuries from the night Irene disappeared.
Scratches that ran vertically down his hands and on the top of his arms.
Despite the evidence, the case grew cold. Years passed. There were rumors that some type of deal had been made between the church and authorities, but there was never definitive proof. Until now, says the prosecutor.
The state calls Darrell Davis.
Darrell Davis is one of the key witnesses. He was a television reporter at the time of Irene's murder, and he says there was an off-the-record meeting with the then DA, Robert Lattimore.
He said, "We know that Father Fite killed Irene Garza, and the church knows that he killed Irene Garza." He said, "The church is going to put him in a monastery for disturbed or troubled priests, and he will be kept there for the rest of his life."
You won't hear evidence of corruption. What you will hear is lack of probable cause.
Defense attorney Renee Flores believes John Fite was never prosecuted because of a lack of evidence, not a conspiracy.
Is there any evidence of DNA? The evidence will show you no. There wasn't enough evidence then. There won't be enough evidence now.